It'll come in.
There it is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ace 53 with Ed Parcaut and myself. We're here a couple times a week sometimes, but Tuesdays and Thursdays, noon Central, 10 a.m. Pacific. Some days it's just Ed and I catching up on what we're doing with AI, what else is going on. And every once in a while we bring in a special guest, or we call a joker, somebody with special skill or talent to bring to you guys, like we had Joe last week. So what's going on, Ed?
Yeah, did you click live on Instagram?
That's what I'm doing. I want to get through my spiel first.
But everybody wants to see it.
Yeah.
What have I doing? I've been watching the World Cup. That's pretty much all I've been doing.
I'm going to go.
There's a game on right now, Portugal and playing, I forget who they're playing. Zimbabwe, something like that.
Zimbabwe. Well, that's the fun part. You know, living here in Dallas, so many people have been coming in and hitting all the local spots. I went to go run. I'd go pick up something the other day. I'll run to Target with kiddo, and we decided to drive through. There's a park that's built over a freeway here called Clyde Warren Park, and that's where Argentina took over the day before the game. So just thousands and thousands of fans. It's so fun to see people just jovially like taking advantage of everything, going out, partying together, you know. And when I say partying, it's not drinking and anything, like it's just getting together and rallying. It's fun to see it. Like I've been posting nonstop. Just when you see all these people having fun visiting and to hear, you know, what they thought the U.S. was going to be like versus what it's actually like, and just to see the positive news.
Great words for us.
What's that?
I said the media ruins it for everybody.
Oh, yes, 100%.
They say stuff that's just move on, people.
Yeah, so I'm loving it. Of course, the one that's probably cracking me up the most is the TSA having to put out things saying you can't take ranch dressing as a carry-on, and people are like shotgunning ranch dressing before they get on the plane. So
yeah. I can't stand ranch dressing.
Oh really? Oh no, yeah. I like ranch. I don't eat salads that often.
I eat salads all the time, but that's not something you should put on your salad if you're drinking.
I do olive oil. Yeah. But that's all I keep reposting is just, you know, World Cup stuff, and it's fun. And so Saturday there's gonna be another game here, and so I'll drop my daughter off Friday, and then Friday night I'll just go and check out like some of the local places and just watch the people come in and have fun and celebrate. There was one bar here. Well, I mean, obviously Boston trumped everybody. The fact that all Scottish people drank 3 times the amount that they do for St. Patrick's Day there. Crazy.
Yeah, everybody's running out of alcohol.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I've been to Europe to some of the Euro Cup games, and they sell non-alcoholic beer during the games because they're worried about people getting too rowdy. So it's kind of fun to see. Like, I haven't seen, now I'm sure there's some, but I haven't seen any really bad news about like soccer hooligans, people getting into fights. It's all been positive press from what I've seen.
I mean, give them time. Wait till they really win.
Yeah.
So we sent my daughter to France for a youth trip, and it was during the World Cup where France won. Mm-hmm. And so she's in the streets and watching it on the big thing, jumping up and down, showing at the parties. Yeah. I was like, damn it, you were to France before I was, and you got to see the World Cup.
I'm telling you, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So last week I had Joe, and he was talking about using AI for everything and how he used it for everything about his company. Basically, what we've done multiple times and try to explain to people to utilize those things that are out there. And then you sent me that thing the other day where the lady's saying how you can make a lot of money a month by using AI and doing normal stuff that other people are doing, but make sure that, you know, use AI to do it for other people.
Right.
My problem with most of those things, just like that one, is I'm going to tell you all about it eventually.
Well, she did in her video. She went through it. It was a longer video.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm going to get to it. Then get to it.
Yeah. But it's better than most of the other things, which is, oh, I've got this hack, this thing. Oh, you have to buy the course to get it.
She wants you on the course, you know.
Right. But she gave away her strategy, which is good. She went with the Alex Hormozy technique, right? Of give the information, people will still hire you.
Steve Sims told us years ago to do that.
Yeah.
Way before he give it away for free and then then they'll still come to you for it.
Yeah. Hey, hold on 1 second. I got to help somebody. I'll be right back.
You mean your daughter?
Yep.
Your assistant?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we were talking about last week about making sure that you use AI for everything. And I mean, a lot of people are, but I'm not afraid. we had a number a couple weeks ago of how many people utilized it at a company. It was like 40%, 38 to 40%, but only 18% felt comfortable with it. I was talking about like last week when, we're using the AI and how you should be using the AI and how companies, and we were going to do this whole thing, which we will, but I just
Right.
have not had time
Gotta
to
get
put it
caught up in
together.
everything. I gotta finish the book. You gotta finish your other stuff.
I got 4 books I got to get up, and I have a VA, and the question is, I don't know if I can teach her how to help me on that stuff. She does so many other things for me
Yeah.
that I just don't know if it's one of those things, just finding the time. And I have people like, well, hire a processor, there's some transactions I make so much money on, I have to make sure it goes through.
Yeah. Somebody put in the notes, give an example of AI. So I don't know what they're asking there. And then somebody else said, somebody wants to create a chocolate machine. I have software and electronic They need US. Yeah, they want to sell a chocolate machine. They need USA clients. Best way I tell you for that is just start reaching out to companies. Like that's the question: is who's going to buy it?
Chocolate machine. I don't understand. Making chocolate?
I don't know. He says I have software and electric and mechanical drawings and knowledge. How can we help? You just got to reach out to companies that would resell that for you.
Or ask Claude how to build it yourself and do everything yourself and then get the prototype made.
Right.
Use Claude to help you find out where you can get prototypes made at, because there's companies out there that will make that prototype for you.
Right.
You just have to look at what to trademark and what to copyright and what to patent.
Right. And there's incubators that help people grow things too. So you can look for incubators. And that is, what's an incubator? It's basically where people are saying, hey, we'll help struggling businesses figure out how to do so. Like we'll
back up a little bit. An incubator is what they used to use to have eggs hatch after chickens would do eggs, because the chickens wouldn't stay on them. So they had an incubator that they put them in, and guess what? Then over time, they hatched.
Right.
That's exactly what the same thought in an incubator today is when it comes to business. You have somebody overseeing you there to help you grow that so that it hatches into a great company.
So
sorry, I had to.
That reminds me, did you see the Alex Hormozy announcement this week that I guess he's got some competition?
He's always got a competition. He's had a ton of it at school and other stuff.
Well, this one's one where people come in, pitch him like Shark Tank, and whoever wins out of it, then he'll work with them for a year. So I saw that the other day, and of course they did a baby announcement the other day also. So I guess Layla's pregnant because they announced the gender.
I'm not that close with them, so I don't get all that.
All of a sudden he's showing up on my feed again, but I thought it was interesting.
That's because you listened to him one time.
Well, that's
and
the
then
weird
they
thing.
Show up constantly.
I didn't even click on him, but I did when it came up with that, work with him for a year. Kind of like it was interesting because people had to pitch it, and it was everything from zero revenue to people already making 100,000 revenue, whatever it was. And he like drew it all out. And it kind of reminded me of Russell Brunson because he drew it all out on a whiteboard, told him what they need to do. And he's like, oh no, you need to be doing this 100 times more than what you're doing. So it'll be interesting to see how that show ferrets out. Because the last big successful show like that, obviously besides Shark Tank, was what, Undercover Billionaire. I mean,
right,
there hasn't
they go
been,
around.
Yeah. There hasn't
and
been
that really wasn't that successful. It was all right.
It was popular because who was the first one?
It's not like Survivor.
No, it's not, because people don't want to follow business stuff when they're not working, especially if you're a 9-to-5 employee. But I think you've got those small groups. I mean, Undercover Billionaire was somebody Stearns was the first one, and then Grant Cardone was the second one.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch any of them?
No.
Grant Stern, I think, was the first guy's name, but it was good to watch because they got dropped off and they had like $500 and had to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because Undercover Billionaire, those reality TVs, most of those were scripted.
Oh.
I'm not saying that one was, but a lot of them are somewhat scripted.
Oh, and yeah, we had a neighbor who was on one, and that was the whole thing is what you think is the TV show is not at all what you think. And I don't want to give it all away, but yeah. Living here in Dallas, there was a Real Housewives of Dallas or whatever it was one time where they practiced walking in and out of a bar 14 times to get the perfect cut. And you're like, there is no reality in reality TV.
No. The only closest thing was Dallas.
Yeah.
Not the remake.
The actual show. That's when I started watching was MasterClass. I canceled I don't remember which one I canceled, Paramount or something, because MasterClass was the same price, but you've got Chris Voss, you got Vanessa Van Edwards, you got all these that you could actually learn something. I thought, well, I'm still going to be staring at the TV. It might as well be educational. So I started watching a body language one over the weekend, but I was pretty lazy around the weekend. It was Father's Day. We went.
Oh yeah, thanks for reaching out to me. I didn't have my phone. I'm like,
that's cool. You're a
Happy
dick.
Father's Day. Yeah. You should send it to my other one.
I think I got rid of the other one. I know. I think I got rid of it because I kept calling the wrong one. So I have to look.
You just call it during the week. You call the wrong one. Yeah.
But
because I don't have that one with me unless it's the weekend, and then
then you take it with you.
Yeah,
not a
because
big
that
deal.
way I don't have to have my work one all the time.
We did low key stuff. We did brunch. There's a place we can walk to. Went, had breakfast, all that, and then
you and your daughter. I assume?
Yeah, me and my daughter, and then just chilled out. She wanted to read books and hang out at the house. I'm like, I'm okay with that. So very, very low key, which can be good sometimes.
Yeah, my problem is I haven't walked or rode or any lift. So I took off for a week for lifting because my elbow was bothering me because lifting so hard when I was younger. And then I was in the pool. And I hit my foot on the step when I was kicked, and I got these marks across it, and they were deep, and it's like hurts to walk. And I'm like, damn, getting old. I tell you,
it happens.
Got to take some peptides to get some more collagen in.
Hey, you got to, man. I'm on right now the Glow.
Yeah, well, the problem so there is Stanford's having this I want to say claims, but it's not claims. So they came up in January. They found out that they had realized whatever this compound that they utilized actually caused cartilage to regrow in rats, and then also in knee replacements. The old knee, they found out they were able to grow cartilage in it with turning this certain thing off, and now eventually they're going to have trials, and if I take any of that stuff, I'll be denied for the trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So because I was ready to, and we had it all set up, and I'm like, damn. Because I had Claude help me find out where all the trials were for that type of stuff, and also for what's those other things called that skin part of the body that they put in, not PRP. Anyway,
PRP,
stem cells.
PRPs.
Stem cells.
Oh, stem cells. Yeah. I was
So
gonna say,
there's a
PRP.
ton of stem cells that's in like second and third trials, and they're doing pretty well. But the cartilage one hasn't been done yet, the one with Stanford, and that's because it's right here. So I was trying to try to get in that one. I had Claude find all the places where you can put in for those types of things.
Trials.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. What happens when you start early, man? 5 o'clock. Yeah.
I think we talked about it. I've been taking weekends off away from the computer, especially if I have a kiddo. Like we went swimming, did other stuff. And then sometimes Mondays are hard to get going again. And so like Tuesday to Monday again. Well, I know what I'm saying is Tuesday's like Monday because I don't feel like I got a lot done on Monday. Even though we were here, I mean, we cut out early. We went to go to a swim pool yesterday and stuff like that. And try to do things off of every other a-hole that's out there, right? Like went to the grocery store. I think we talked about this before. They opened something called an H-E-B out here, which is like if Walmart and a grocery store had a baby, it'd be it. But unlike Target or Walmart who added a grocery store to it, this is a grocery store who brought in like other little things. But man, super good deals on stuff. But to go through there is mass chaos. So we went yesterday because if you go on the weekends, it's like Thunderdome. People ramming carts into each other.
It's also payday. What day of the month
people
is
go after church. It's chaos.
And after church, they've already now they can be assholes again.
Right, so. Exactly. At least for one more week, right? And then
they're already repented. Yeah, they're already repented as soon as they pulled out of that parking lot.
Yeah. But so I have been using Claude again. So the books, the dating book's almost done. I'm just going through and refining pictures right now. And then Jim's going to help me edit it, stuff like that. And then I got to figure out like what's the next project. And I was uploading something, and you're right, it's got to be the flashcards. Well, I do have another one I'll talk to you offline about, but I've got the flashcards. They were good for what they were at the time, but even when I look at them, I'm like kind of repelled by them a little bit. So
they look like 1950s, dude, or before that.
Well, they were built in
they look like 1920s, 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, but the way they were built, they look like they were from so long ago.
You look at that was at the time that was cutting edge because you had to pay somebody to draw it, right? So, yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, I got, but it's one of those, is that
Yeah,
a
but even
income
the cards,
generating
do you really
avenue?
need the cards?
Well, I want to just update them, right? Like,
Right.
to what we talked about, yes, and the cards are there to help other people, but I want to add in body language negotiations. So I already got the decoding deck is basically what they're going to be called. And but it's one of those things that I've got to focus on revenue generating stuff. Now, crazy enough, I got a call this last week. Got a call. These people are like, "Hey, we need all this information." I'm like, "Cool, when's it?" And they're like, "April of next year." But they already, they got all my information. We're booked, so I'm booked for early April of next year. It's crazy how the speaking world works, of having to sign up a year in advance for stuff.
Well, it just depends on what's going on. A lot of people
Yeah.
cut a lot of stuff out because of this year being with the gas and everything else,
Right.
and because it was expensive to fly.
Yeah.
And the more expensive it is to do something, the less likely people are going to show up.
Well, I just talked to a buddy who was going to go. Speaking of that, who's going to go to Vegas this weekend. It was like $1,200 for the ticket because gas prices are so high. And the hotels, when you get to Vegas right now, are super cheap because nobody really truly goes during the summer unless you're there for an event. But I don't know if you've seen a lot of the casinos now are offering like an all inclusive package that includes like meals and drinks.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because that's how many people aren't going to Vegas right now. Now that all these conventions have moved to Dallas, Chicago, Nashville, Vegas is hurting to a degree.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. Come on, please let me. Please give it. Nope, didn't give it to me.
You don't got it?
No, I was looking at this thing they supposedly.
While you're looking all that up, so what's interesting is the amount of people I see that are coming out with their own app. So we've been talking about this for a while. Vibe coding has made things easier. So I sat on two calls last week. One was a speaker training company. Another one was an actual speaker who created something for his mastermind. And you can tell they start out with like vibe coding, maybe Replit. Some were lovable, others were Replit. And it is interesting to see like how people are building what they've always wanted. Now it's what we talked about before. Will they be able to support it in the long run? Who knows? But it's cool to see what people are putting out there. My problem is it's who's the best marketer versus who actually has something. But I was just on another call right before this one of a guy. He just has a daily call for speakers, and it's obviously to show off his software, and he wants people to buy the premium version of it. But it's smart. He's at home, so he's just utilizing the time. That's one of the things when I was talking with Joel the other day. He's like, people are going live more often now because that's what people want to see is not AI, but actual people again. So it's what you and I have been talking about.
Well, we've been going live. You and I have been going live for a while.
Right.
So but it's people are tired of the AI stuff already.
Yes.
There's a certain part who like it, and they're the ones who are creating it.
Yeah.
They're not the ones who are consuming it. People are just tired. They want real people. They want real faces. They want to come into your office. They want to do certain things like that. So,
Sorry, I froze there. Clicked on the wrong link.
that's okay.
Yeah. We're just going to see that, everything's a pendulum swing. Everybody wants to be hot on AI. I just saw another one that, what we talked about before of they let somebody go and then they get the AI cost, and like they let go somebody whose salary was 50,000 a year and they ran 50,000 a month in AI credits because people were implementing it without understanding it, and just going, oh, what's going to save us and all these jobs. And then they got the first bill and they're like, oh, so do you want to come back and work for us?
Yeah, but there's also a lot of with that whole thought pattern is back. What was I was listening? So, what's his name? The guy that just passed away this year, was 100 years old. The Fed chair guy, Alan Greenspan, passed away. Well, when the personal computer came out back in the early 90s, right? He was all in on it, saying this is going to be the biggest change to everything, and he was way ahead of everybody else. So he would call all this. I'll get to my point in a second.
Yeah.
All the CEOs, all the different companies who knew him, and they would ask him, "How is this working for you?" "Oh, we're loving the emails. We're doing this. It's saving so much time." But there was it was all a cost outlay.
Right.
Where now AI is completely opposite, where yes, there's some cost outlay, but the benefit you get is right away, and it's saving people money. It really is if you're doing it right. And I think, like you said, too many people adopted it too early, not knowing what they were doing, and the costs were much higher than they expected.
Yep. Well, this is, of course, the panic mode that everybody goes into. All I saw filling up the different social media this weekend was people are saying that Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates are all investing in water companies because it's going to take all this water to cool all the AI data centers, and that one of the two of them said that it's more important that data centers get water versus people. And, of course, this is going to be the next thing everybody freaks out about for a little bit. But it does bring up good points of we still don't understand the long-term costs of it all. It is funny. Hey, we're going to all go to electric cars. Oh, we don't have enough electricity to do all that. Oh, hey, now we're going to go data centers, which are going to take way more electricity. Well, how's that going to work?
And someone was saying they're putting them in places where there's no water.
Yeah.
Because put them in the desert where nobody is.
Yeah, where nobody
but
wants
then
to
where are
live.
you going to get the water from? Because
Yeah. And that's the big thing. I saw something that said, and of course, this was, who knows, a couple of years ago, that so many people have moved to Las Vegas and then Salt Lake City, Utah, and all these areas that they don't think they have enough water to last longer than 10, 15 years. They have to figure out a solution because all that salt water can't be used as drinkable water. And then you can't use, if they're talking about electronics, we can't use salt water on electronics because then again, the salt will eat away at everything. So it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out.
Desalination plants. That's what they need.
Yeah. But anywho, so that's all I worked on this weekend was the book. I got input from other people like, hey, do this, do that. So I'm going through and line item by line item, finishing that out. And then going to work on non-AI stuff. Is a lot of people remember the keynote when they're there and then forget. So that's one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to record the keynote again and make that available only to people that are on my email list who have seen me speak, right? And be like, hey, here's a refresher for X amount of dollars that they can go and watch anytime. Because that's what people are like, well, okay, I kind of remember, but it was a lot of information at first. So that's one hurdle I'm going to fix in this week.
Well, that's why everybody now has the general and then the VIP. You get all the videos and everything else from the event.
Right.
You need to, when you speak, have something there that they can sign up and get the actual, but the other people own it. So how do you do that?
That's what I was going to say is the challenge is other people own it. So that goes back to plan B and C is live events here, small live events in person, record those and offer it online for people.
Kind of like a course.
Yeah. But people want to be in the rooms. So I'm going to do two things. One will be a half day training. The other one's those dinners like I did in Nashville with Jim. That was just a blast, but I got to find the right location because, people are finicky. It's there's a great restaurant in downtown Dallas that I would love to host it at, but people won't go to downtown Dallas because parking sucks. Cool spot, call the Woolworth. It's in downtown Dallas.
Well, can you get a valet company to valet the cars?
They have one, but then you get people who are like, well, I don't want to spend $10.
That's what I'm saying. You take care of it as part of the ticket.
Oh, that's a good point. That's one of the things we had to do. I'm speaking at an event in August, and they had a luncheon in June. Yeah, we're in June this month. They've got one next month in July. And that's what they learned from the first one is a lot of people, when they found out where it was, they're like, well, I'm not going to pay for parking. And people didn't show up. So that's what they're going to include in the next ticket is they raise the price to validate parking. And that way people are more willing to go. And they're going to say in it, hey, we're going to validate parking, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's a cost included in the price.
But people have, it's interesting. I used to be part of a charity before, and they used to go to just big bars, and a lot of people would show up for happy hour. And what we're seeing is segmentation is as different pockets of DFW grow up, everybody just wants to go close to their house, not across the Metroplex because traffic sucks to get there. So it's a combination of traffic, parking, what's an ideal place. So I'll probably look for something in between Dallas and Fort Worth to get a bigger one. So if I do something, it'll probably be in west side of Dallas, something easy for people to get into and then make it easy for parking.
You should also check to see what day of the week is the best time for travel.
I asked that Saturday afternoons because if you do Saturday mornings, people have kids with activities.
Well, I was going to say Saturday is a bad time anyway.
It during the day it is, but at night it's not. But the problem is you lose the 9 to 5 people who are like, what's my day off? Right. Entrepreneurs.
I meant during Monday through Friday, which is like Tuesdays or Thursdays or
Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday's ideal because restaurants don't charge you as much as they charge you on Friday or Saturday. So Monday through Thursday, what you run into is nobody wants to do anything on a Sunday. A lot of restaurants are closed or shut down early, things like that. Plus, people are getting ready for the work week, meal prep, you name it. So yeah, it's just trying to figure out what is that best one. One of the guys I met here in Dallas, he's got a webinar tomorrow. I'm just going to join it to watch and learn how he does everything.
Yeah, that's another thing you should be doing is just the webinar part,
Yeah.
and not the whole thing. Just like today on this webinar, we're going to learn eyebrows.
Exactly.
And just leave it at that and question, only a 15-minute one, kind of like a course you do, make it smaller and easier for people.
Yeah.
But I think, because that's a good idea, what you're doing with the dinners and everything. Mm-hmm. But the question really is, can you do more with just webinars?
Hey, real fast, I didn't see this one come in, but are you familiar with gray water? Somebody put in Facebook, what about cooling with gray water? I don't know what
gray water is. Dirty water. Like washing your hair. So like when they go to different, like my brother-in-law would go into fire zones, and all the water they use for like soap and everything else after they shower, all that stuff, that's gray water, and he'd pump that out. Dude made a killing. He would come to California and buy the old milk trucks, and the milk rigs that had the tanks and everything, and use those tankers to do it, and bought all the old diesels that they had to get rid of here in California because of our new rules. And he was making a killing on all the fires, always in Colorado. Yeah, so use the light. But I think the problem with gray water is there's stuff in it that would need to be cleaned out.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, a guy named Chuck Lynn asked the question. So I'm looking at the Facebook and the Instagram.
Well, I'm glad somebody is.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just looking at you. Portugal's up 2-0.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go watch it here. I got a call at top of the hour also for another.
I just have it right here. I haven't watched who made the goals because I've been busy. Yeah. But yeah.
I got you. All right. Anything else you want to talk about today?
No, we'll go more deep on Thursday.
Cool.
On stuff, and I'm sorry that we haven't been so deep today, but it was one of those days.
Like I said, it's the second Monday for me, so
second.
Yeah, yesterday, well, because I took off half day and went and did stuff with kiddo. But
my problem was on Saturday. I was like, God, it feels like a Sunday. Well, I had Friday off.
There you go.
I took it off, I should say. It's a federal holiday. Where everything we do is closed.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'll take us out. Thanks for bringing us in. Everybody, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. If you could do us a favor, go over to the YouTube channel, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. If you like what we do here, just let everybody know. Brian, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, make it a great day. Bye.